Hey guys, Ryan and Jimmy here bringing you this week's fishing report. So let's get right into it. So first and foremost, around here in our area, the biggest thing we're looking at right now is catfish. I know a lot of people have been doing trout lines in the last couple of years, and that has been pretty successful. I know I've seen a couple guys being successful getting tons of catfish right now. But if you want to go out and do it in your boat, we have some catfish rigs here. This is the high-low catfish rig. This is one of like 5 or 6 rigs that we have in here that you can use for catfish. This is a great rig because you can put 2 hook baits in the water. So you're gonna put 2 chunks of oweye or shrimp or peeler crab on there, throw a weight on the bottom and let it roll. So that is one of your most popular things to do this time of year around here is the blue catfish.
And we got plenty of fresh bait. We got mud shad and oweye right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. Mud shad has been, we've only been carrying it for the last 2 years, but it has been a hot seller for these catfish. But moving on, again, sticking around here in the tidal creeks, Magothy, Severn, Eastern Shore, we have a lot of spawning fish. So white perch, pickerel, and then the bluegill spawn will follow that. That is like my favorite time of the year to fish for pickerel because you catch a lot of big ones. And a really exciting lure that I am definitely going to use when those bluegill are spawning and those pickerel are hunting them is these underspins paired with a 4-inch Z-Man paddle tail. Lonnie just came out with these GI jigs underspins, so really excited to use those. Other than that, in our area, what else do we have, Jimmy?
Yeah, so getting into freshwater, largemouth bass, they're starting to kind of look for the spawn, so you'll be having some feeding pretty good for the pre-spawn and kind of looking for the bedding areas. A couple things to use right now. You can still kind of get away with some of the classic stuff like a chatterbait or a worm. I would definitely stick with the darker colors that mimic the bluegill. As they move up onto the shallow areas, they're going to be looking for something in the shallow areas to eat. So these are kind of the colors I'd go with. And then if you are seeing them on beds and you want to bed fish them, the baby goats by Z-Man, I've done really good just kind of dragging and shaking those on the beds. The little kicker tails seem to really piss them off. Just remember, if you do catch those bed fish, try and just get them off the hook and back quick. Make sure they can do what they need to do. But yeah, largemouth are definitely starting to fire up and get a little bit more hungry.
Yeah, and speaking of bed fishing, with these Z-Man baits, the best part about them is that Elastec is super, super buoyant. So it sits up, and you could basically work that lure almost vertically on those beds, and you could just, like you said, really piss off those bass and get them to bite.
Yep. And then kind of a bonus round, not too often that we have stuff going on in Ocean City this time of year, but there is a really nice black drum bite going on. So a lot of guys have been using the sand flea or blue crab fish bites. And then reminder, I do also have frozen sand fleas. That'd be a great option, and you can kind of double them up on the hook too.
Yeah, and then speaking of the sand fleas, we also have a really good tog bite in Ocean City this time of year. Typically runs through April, but we have the tog jigs that you can use a sand flea or a piece of shrimp on that work really well. Targeting them on the South Jetty works really, really well down there.
Yep. I think that pretty much wraps it up.